I work for Louisdale Community Homes. On behalf of the residents and staff of Louisdale Community Homes, we welcome you here this evening. Louisdale Community Homes Association is an organization that serves 6 individuals in 2 small option homes here in Louisdale. It is the goal of Louisdale Community Homes to provide not just accommodations, but a true home for these adults, a home in which they may live in dignity, comfort, and with an opportunity to grow emotionally and spiritually while being assured of conditions that promote good physical health and security. We embrace the philosophy whereby each individual, no matter his or her physical or psychological circumstance, is given the opportunity to live in an environment as close as possible to that desired by mature persons in our society, and wherein every means is taken to provide each person with the chance to reach his or her potential with respect to work, socialization, recreation, and spiritual development. As you can see, we have some great entertainment here this evening, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I'm going to do a couple of traditional numbers. The first one's called Heading for Halifax. And for those of you who don't know me, I live in Halifax and I've been spending my weekends here in this area, in the Louisdale area. You still can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay. Anyway. Oh, I wanted to add, this is a very favorite song of a special man by the name of Conrad. It's for you, Conrad. Okay. Late spring, the trees have turned green over sheep on the hills, and birds on the wing, and over my shoulder the last thing I'll see. La 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 la. And I'm heading for Halifax to see what's to spare in the way of some work. And if there's nothing there, it's Toronto out west to God only knows where. But there's bound to be friends from back home. One thing I know, wherever it'll always be so. Whenever the fiddler rosens the bow, my first and last thoughts are home. But I'm heading for Halifax to see what's to spare in the way of some work. And if there's nothing there, it's Toronto out west to God only knows where. But there's bound to be friends from back home. One thing I know, wherever I go, my heart's in Cape Breton. La 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 la. Whenever the fiddler rosens the bow, my first and last thoughts are home. Heading for Halifax. Thank you. This next little song is called Shady Grove, and I learned this about 10 years ago. For a long time I ran a bed and breakfast in the Mabu area, and I learned this from a guest who was visiting me from the US, from the Appalachian Mountain area, and she taught me this little Appalachian tune. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm for Shady Grove. Lips as red as the blooming rose, eyes are the deepest brown. You are the darling of my heart, stay till the sun goes down. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm for Shady Grove. I went to see my Shady Grove standing by the door, shoes and stockings in her hand, little bare feet on the floor. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I know. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm for Shady Grove. I wished I had a big fat horse, corn to feed him on. very much.
This song was actually written by Keith Whitley and recorded by Alison Krauss.
It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying a word, you drown out the crowd. Try something I could never explain. What I hear when you don't say a thing. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. All day long I can hear people talking about. But when you hold me near, you drown out the crowd. Oh, Mr. Webster could never define what's being said between your heart and mine. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all.
Isn't that great?
The next song we're going to do is, I don't believe it's a song that was written in Canada. I'm actually not sure who wrote it. I know it was recorded several times in Canada. It's called The Leaving of Liverpool. We hope you like it.
Farewell to you, my own true love. I'm going far away. I am bound for California. I know I'll return. So fare thee well, my own
think of me. So fare thee well, my own true love, and when I return, I will be. It's not the leaving of Liverpool that grieves me, but my darling, when I think of thee, but my darling, when I think of thee.
Just going to do a couple of songs here while we have Yvette and Gilles and Yvette with me. And this song is about the fellow I once knew. He lived not too far from here.
Get some feedback there, Brett.
The 1K right in the middle. Actually, he lived in a place called New Waterford, which is a great place to be. This is called the Ballad of Alec Angus. Seventh son of a coal miner, I was born in a company town where quarts of beer with your buddies helped to wash the coal dust down. My daddy never dug diamonds, he never planned for gold. My daddy was a coal miner, and he dug Cape Breton coal. Oh, Alec Angus, won't you rosin up your bow? Play one more tune before you go below. 16 whistle, she's calling out to you, 'cause you're a miner, it's what you have to do. Here we go! La 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 la. To Waterford, they left like all the rest. A miner and his family, doing what they thought was best. For the jobs, there were plenty. You could follow the mine and sell your soul to the company. One shift at a time. Oh, Alec Angus, won't you rosin up your bow? Play one more tune before you go below. 16 whistle, she's calling out to you, 'cause you're a miner, it's what you have to do. Here we go! La 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 la. La 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 la. The Dominion Coal Company ran his life that ran our town. A loaded coal car on the side rail is what made the world go round. But have you ever heard the stories of the pit ponies in the mine? Works along in the darkness, in the sunlight they were blind. But oh, Alec Angus, put your rosin up your bow. Play one more tune before you go below. 16 whistle, she's calling out to you, major or minor. It's what you have to do. Here we go! La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Woo! La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. The Ballad of Villa Angus. We're going to let Yvette sit down for a while. These are guys who like the house band here. They help out everybody. We're going to get Jill. Jill and I played together for 3 years with Terrell Lynn, and we had a lot of fun with that. And I believe, Jill, this is probably one of the first times you've ever played on stage since.
Since about 93, probably.
Right, yeah, that's right. This is a song, since it's so close to St. Paddy's Day, we're singing this song. The old days, they had a very unique way of handling crime. The way they handled it was to just send them off to a debtor's prison. This song remained at #1 on the Irish pop charts for many years. This is called The Fields of Athenry. Stole true volumes corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Oh, lie the fields of Athenry, where first I watched the young fragrance fly. Our love was on their wings. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. My lonely harbor walls, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, if you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they cut me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. I watched the young free birds fly. Our love was on their wings. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. My lonely prison walls, she watched the last star falling as a prison ship it sailed out against the sky. For she'll live and hope and pray for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. So low lie the fields of Athenry, where first I watched the young free birds fly. Our love was on their wings. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely round the fields of We did, of course, the first song was the Ballad of Angus. That was my father, Betty's father, Francis's father, and 7 or 8 more of us. The next song was an Irish song in keeping with the Irish tomorrow, their day. And this is probably the most popular song that was ever penned on Cape Breton Island. And this one goes out to Lorne. Over an ocean and over a sea, beyond these great waters, what do I see? I see the great mountains, they climb from the coastline, the hills of Cape Breton, this new home of mine. From the countries all over the world to hack at the forest, to plow the lands down, the fishermen, the farmer, the sailors all come to clear for the future this pioneer ground. We are an in a stream, and we are a people as proud as there's been, through the soft summer breeze or in the wild winter winds, the home of our hearts, Cape Breton. Over the rooftops and over the trees, and in these new townships, what do I see? I see the black heads, the coal wheels are turning, the smokestacks are belching, and the blast fire burning, and the sweat on their backs is no joy to behold in the heat of a steel plant or mining the coal. And the foreign-owned companies, they force us to fight for our survival and for our rights. That's okay, 'cause we are an island, a rock in a stream, and we are a people as proud as there's been, through the soft summer breeze or in wild winter winds, the home of our hearts, Cape Breton. Over the highways and over the roads and over the now free causeway, the stories are told, and they tell of the coming and the going away. Big cities of America, they draw me away, and though the companies come and though companies go, and the ways of the world we may never know, This last song we're going to do for our little break. We're going to call on Yvette. Does she have a baby in her head? No, she doesn't. I'd like to dedicate this to memory of Tara Lynn, who we had a lot of fun with over those years. Our dreams had just failed by the way, and the good life he promised ain't what she's living today. She never complains about the bad times or bad things he's done. She just talks about the good times and all of the good things to come. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-time man. She loves him in spite of his wicked ways she don't understand. Her teardrops and laughter will pass through this world hand in hand. Yes, she's a good-hearted woman in love with a good time. Bright nights and good time and friends, and when the party's all over, she welcomes him back home again. She don't understand him, but she tries the best that she can to be a good-hearted woman in love with a good-time man. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-time man. She loves him in spite of his wicked ways she don't understand. Her teardrops and laughter will pass this world hand in hand. Yes, she's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-time man. Got a still on the hill where he lays off a gallon or two. The buzzards in the sky, they're so drunk they can't fly, smelling that good old Mountain Dew. They call it that good old Mountain Dew, Dew, Dew. And those that refuse it are few. I'll wrap up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. And may the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was great, Richard. It was a lot of fun. Let's hear it again for Richard McIsaac.
Howdy! I'm so proud to be here. You know Touched by an Angel, Tessie? She's over there. She let me out for a few hours, so I have to be good. Before I start, I will let you know about Minnie Pearl. She always was a Minnie Pearl. But before I start, I'm going to tell you a joke. What's that word, ladies, when you go see a doctor? For a checkup? John? A gynecologist? later in the week for an appointment with the gynecologist. Early one morning, I received a call from the doctor's office to tell me that I had been rescheduled for early that morning at 9:30 a.m. I had only just packed everyone off to work and school, and it was already around 8:45 a.m. The trip to his office took about 35 minutes, and I didn't have time to spare, as most women do. I like to take a little effort over hygiene when making such visits, but this time I wasn't able to make it to full effort, so I rushed upstairs, threw off my dressing gown, wet the washcloth that was sitting next to the sink, and gave myself a quick wash in that area to make sure I was at least presentable. I threw the washcloth in the clothes basket, changed some clothes, hopped in the car, and raced to my appointment. I was in the waiting room only a few minutes when I was called in. Knowing the procedure, as I'm sure you do, I hopped on the table, looked over at the other side of the room, and pretended I was in Paris. The doctor said, "My, we had made an extra effort this morning, haven't we?" But I didn't respond. When the appointment was over, I heaved a sigh of relief and went home. The rest of the day was normal. Some shopping, cleaning, cooking, etc. After school, while my 6-year-old daughter was playing, she called out from the bathroom, "Mom, where's my face cloth?" I told her to get another one from the cupboard. She replied, "No, I need the one that was there by the sink. It had all my glitters and sparkles in it." Joke, and then I'll tell you how Minnie Pearl got her name. I went horseback riding on the weekend. Bill told his friend how it was. Sam asked, "It started off well. My horse was wonderful. It was trotting kind of fast, but I didn't mind." "Great," said Sam. But then he started to gallop. I got nervous, and before I knew it, my saddle was tilting to the left. In no time, I was hanging upside down, and my head was bouncing off the ground. "Good grief, how did you manage to get off without any broken bones or scratches?" asked Sam. "Well, thank goodness the manager at the mall came and turned it off." Anyways, I was born October 25th, 1912 in Tennessee. My father was a great businessman, and my mother was a homemaker who sang and played the organ on Sundays. I had 5 older sisters, and as a young girl, I always went with Mom to church. So I was kind of crazy and acted kind of funny all the time, doing skits and plays. And I always wanted to be an actress. I went to high school, I graduated, and I went to college, and I studied drama and speech. In the meantime, I fell in love with my darling hubby, Henry Cannon. But my name was Sarah Oakley Coley. So I became Sarah Cannon, and he was my manager. So I toured around the city, and I would do plays off and on. And one day we were touring Alabama, and I met an old lady in 1936. She asked me if I would do a play at the church concert, and I said certainly. She put on my dress, my hat, my tag, $1.98, and she said, "You say, howdy!" And I'm so proud to be here, and from that day on, I became Minnie Pearl. In 1940, I was auditioned to the Grand Ole Opera, where I was there for 50 years, and at Hee Haw for 20. And my best friend was Roy Acuff, Little Jimmy Dixon, Grandpa Jones, and Red Savine. And in 1966, I won an award. I was on the top 10 with his song, Giddy Up and Go. But if you asked me to sing that song now, I think I was on a horse and I would say, giddy up and go. In the 1985, I took cancer. One breast was removed, and in 1992, my other one was moved, and I had a pacemaker. So in 1991, I kind of slowed down a bit, and in 1996, at the age of 83 years old, I took a stroke, and I never made it. And at my funeral, as you know, Garth Brooks and A.B. Grant named their children, their girls, after me. And at my funeral, there was nearly 2,000 people. And the minister said she was priceless. Amy Grant sang, Connie Smith, Garth Brooks, Hank Williams Jr. Wasn't that a great send-off? But you know, I see you down there, Tessie. I'm not ready to go yet. See, you know, Touched by an Angel? She asked me if I would come here this evening to perform. So I said, fine. And on the way, that little Jimmy Dixon tripped me. That's why I got a sore leg. And that's why I can't see. He broke my glasses. But anyways, before I go, I'll tell one more joke. Oh. After a week in bed on a liquid diet, I woke with a craving for a soft boiled egg. My husband Michael had spent the same week eating sandwiches and ordering out. I'd asked him if he would make my breakfast, and he cheerfully complied. 45 minutes after I heard him rummage around in the kitchen for a pot, I called down, "Where's my egg?" He came upstairs furious, appeared in the bedroom doorway, frustrated. Michael explained, "I didn't know why it's taken so long for the shell of the egg to get soft." Anyways, I must be off. Tessie's waiting for me, and the angels are going to carry me back up. And I'm so proud to be here. Howdy!
and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wire over. No, never, no more. I went into the nail house I used to frequent, and I told the landlady my money was spent. I asked her for credit, and she answered me nay. For a customer like you, I can have any day, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I pay the wire over. No, never, no more. I'll go back to my father, confess what I've done, and I'll ask him to pardon his prodigal son. I'll go back to my mother, and there I'll remain, and never will play the wire over again. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play